Welcome into a quick 3-minute drill from Husker 24/7 following the third spring practice and our first media availability where we were able to watch things under Matt Rule and the new staff for Nebraska football. Brian Christopherson, we'll just dive right into it. Biggest takeaway you had from hearing from Marcus Satterfield for the first time this spring?
Yeah, you could go a lot of different ways, but I think if I were to highlight one thing, it's his enthusiasm about the tight ends. I think he sees just a lot of different body types that they can use in a variety of ways, maybe even 3 tight end packages at times. Obviously, there's excitement to have Thomas Fidone back on the practice field, and Arik Gilbert was out there, and he's like between 270 and 280 pounds right now and moves well and obviously can be a freak athlete. But then there's guys like, Bonner, who they moved from the wide receiver spot to sort of a hybrid tight end, and they can use him in a lot of different ways. So how that position is used in this offense is going to be fascinating because it's not just going to be like a traditional tight end. Some of these guys are going to move into the backfield sometimes. They're going to have all sorts of different roles, and you can just tell Satterfield is pretty enthusiastic early on about what it could be if things develop. How about you were over by Billy Kemp, who is going to be a big part of this offense? I almost can say assuredly. What did he have to say?
Yeah, he kind of had this comment where he's like, he's just hopeful that he has any sort of role. And I'm thinking to myself, you're probably going to have a big role as long as you're healthy. Billy Kemp has the most returning collegiate production of any wide receiver in that room over there. Big kind of question marks about what's happening over at wide receiver. And so for that guy to hit the ground running, he feels like his first couple practices has gone well. Seems like he's really connected with Garrett McGuire and Marcus Washington over there. He name checked Marcus Washington as a guy who's doing a nice job of helping getting people feeling good about what's going on in the wide receiver room. It's a big transition. It's interesting with a guy like Billy Kemp. He's a veteran. The transfer portal has been around for a while. This is the first time he's ever switched teams. So everything's new to him. The verbiage is new. The teammates are new. The coaching staff is new. The offense is new. And he's just looking to get 1% better every day. That's his mantra. And I think he's well on his way to that. Tony White, Nebraska's defensive coordinator, spoke today. Any takeaways you have, Brian, from what you heard from Tony White?
Yeah, for the 3-minute drill, we'll stick to one thing, and that's Malcolm Hartzog. He was liked by the last staff,
We
came on in
love
the middle.
Malcolm Hartzog.
Yeah, everybody does apparently. And the thing is that Tony White said, yeah, he's a good corner, but they've worked him at safety too. They're kind of moving guys around. But he was one of the 2 or 3 guys that he was specifically mentioned by the D coordinator as really impressing. Walk-on John Bullock was another from Omaha Creighton Prep. But Malcolm Hartzog, the last staff liked him. The new staff likes him. He's just going to play a lot of football for Nebraska. It doesn't seem like he's going anywhere, going to get knocked out of the lineup anytime soon.
All right, that's the 3-minute drill of Husker 24/7. We got plenty of practice coverage up on the website at Husker247.com. We'll come back with a full podcast tomorrow to hit about what we saw with Nebraska's first open practice and 3 days into their spring session this year.